Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Jimmy's Flora and Fauna. You have to forgive me, I have to use this on my tablet. We're out here seahorsing, and it's hot as hell out here today. It's the middle of August, and I just netted some stuff up. I caught a crab, weird little minnow. I think it's some type of killifish. Oh, this is a Ludecia parvu, I believe. It's a female. I think I might have killed her. And so far no seahorses, but I almost guarantee you this is my seahorse spot, that by the time we leave today, we're gonna have seahorses. So we'll go from there, and we'll just keep on recording. So anyways, this is Tampa Bay. Over there is Tampa. And I had taken you guys here before on a different video. And this is the Courtney Campbell Causeway, and this is what I call my Seahorse Cove. And every seahorse that I've ever caught in my entire life, I've caught right here. Not to say that they're not other places, but this is where I catch them. All right, so we'll go from here. Okay, we have a seahorse. It is a female. This is Hippocampus zostrus, and I caught a few soulfish. I think this is recording, so hopefully. All right, here she is. These are soulfish, and that is a female seahorse. So what we're gonna do here is put a little more water in there. And let me see here. And that is a female seahorse. They are very small. Some of them get a little bit bigger than this, but they max out at about 1 inch. They're really tiny little seahorses. I mean, you could put them in a couple gallon aquarium and they do just fine. You just have, they get fed a lot, so you have to make sure that they have, you know, the proper clean water. And we're gonna put a little bit of strands of things in there for her to sit on. I'm gonna hold on to her for a minute and see if I can find a large video and then let her go. I haven't found any others yet. She's healthy. She's less than 1 inch long, maybe, I don't know, maybe about 1 inch with her tail hung out. But she's not very big at all. And we're gonna see if we can find some more on there. And then we're just gonna let them go. Okay, that's it for this part. Okay, we have a pipefish somewhere in here. Ouch, these rocks are sharp. Ah, there it is. There's a little green pipefish. And I normally catch like hundreds of these at a time, but today it's just one so far. Put him in there with the seahorse. Freshen the water. I normally bring a container to hold them in, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like carrying it, and now I kind of regret it. So, anyways, there's millions and millions of animals out here in these seagrass beds. And actually, now that I think on it, let's go get a photograph. This is Ludecia parvu. These actually have red tails in the males. They're kind of cool. I mean, they have, there's prettier varieties in different areas. So, this is turtle grass, and this is the bay. I've stirred it up a little bit, so it's kind of mucky. Get past all this weed out here in the bay. And this is all turtle grass, and this supports so much life, it's not even funny. This is actually what people troll their nets through. All this dark material out here is nothing but seagrass. As far as you can see, it just goes on and on, all the way over to that bridge over there, if you can see it. There's seagrass beds, almost all the way up to as far as, you know, fairly deep. And it just goes all the way across the bank. And then all the way over here is Tampa, and it runs all the way to the city. And then all behind us is mangrove trees and mangroves. I guess you would say a swamp, but really it's just the side of the Courtney Campbell Causeway. And anyways, it holds it together. hope this is recording. Ouch, that's sharp. So anyways, this is Tampa Bay. All behind here are mangrove trees. These are all mangrove propagules. I actually grow these sometimes. They all grow off of these propagules here, like right here. See, here's a new one right here. And this is how a mangrove forest is formed. It just simply grows into the rock, and it starts little off roots, which are air roots. Pneumatophores, I think they call them. And then it just grows up from there. And back here, these are black or white mangroves because they have different pods. Anyways, this is Tampa Bay. Like you're still recording, I can't see you. Try it. So anyways, I just want to do it one more time. Try to make sure that I get at least the footage of the seahorse so I can add it to my files. And this is Hippocampus zostrus. It's a female. She's the only one I found so far. And then there's a pipefish in there. And she's probably getting pretty pissed. So, anyways. Okay, I have a snail. I forgot what they're called. I think they're called crown snails. It's been a while since I've done this. I just caught him on the shore. And then I caught a few more species of pipefish. Or a few more pipefish. I can't remember the species, but this is a Gulf pipefish. Oops, I lost my seahorse. So we're gonna let him go now. I hope I got some footage of him. I don't want him to die, so we're gonna let everybody go out to the sea. Say goodbye to the seahorse. Say bye, seahorse. Bye. Here, let's take him out. Probably goodbye. And now she's free. A little plop in the water, good to go. Alright. So, I have some serious editing to do. I had to do some of my crappy tablet. My camera's locked away and my cell phone got shut off. Financial issues. So, I'm trying to finish up some things here, and then I want to go do some world travel. And I thought we could show you the flora and fauna around the world. Florida's nice and all. I lived here on and off for 21 years. I'm from California. I love it, but I'm ready to move on. I want to see something else. And I don't know, we'll just go from there. I might go to college somewhere else too. So I'm thinking about getting a sailboat and go from there. Alright, thanks guys. Okay guys, got another one. This is another female. And this is Hippocampus zostrus. And here she is. They're super tiny. They're so little. Oh, I caught a baby one too. Here we go. Caught two in one scoop. So they're really, really cool. I love seahorses. They actually make really good pets. They do well. They don't live very long, but they breed prolifically. And you can get dozens and dozens of babies. As you know, the males give live birth. And so this is Dwarf Seahorse, Hippocampus zostrus. So we're going to immediately let these guys go and put them back in the sea. I'm not going to keep these ones. I just wanted to make sure we got some footage so you guys could see the Dwarf Seahorse. And now you're seeing them go away into the wild. Bye, seahorse. Bye. Alright, see if we can catch them all. Okay guys, it's been a swell day. And we're gonna finale it. We have 2 more seahorses. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 today. And we even caught a green seahorse. And here we go. That's a green seahorse. This is a blenny. This is what they call an oyster blenny. And there was another seahorse in there somewhere, but I think it's jumped in the ocean. And back to the sea. Oh, here he is. And they're all females that I caught today. Back to the sea, little seahorse. And this is Hippocampus zoster. And he's super cool, and they're not very happy with me right now. They're both females, and the other one's going its way. Got onto the seagrass. Anyways, there they are. Alright, this is Jimmy's Flora and Fauna. Check me out online and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys.
Seahorses really, truly are amazing creatures. They have the head of a horse, a prehensile tail, color changing ability, independent eye movement. They're armor plated, and the males are the ones that give live birth from their pouch. There are at least 60 species of Hippocampania species, and this subfamily is part of the Cygnathidae species. There are over 250 species in this family. This includes pipefish, trumpetfish, sea dragons, and seahorses. The largest is the giant Pacific seahorse, Hippocampus ingens. They grow to around 14 inches, and one of the smallest is the pygmy seahorse, Hippocampus satamae. They top out around 1/4 of an inch. Medium to small seahorses do best in nanotanks that are tall. This keeps them in close proximity to their food. Tall nanos are recommended at least 3 times the seahorse's height for breeding. Seahorses rise up into the water column, and this helps them with successful copulation. Most seahorses are captive bred and are more adapted to feed on frozen foods like mice and shrimp. Seahorses have small stomachs and need to be fed 2 to 3 times a day. Dwarf seahorses are less likely to eat frozen foods and prefer living, moving food. The pipe and bowl feeding method, as mentioned earlier in my book, they will associate this bowl as a feeding station, and you can put the food inside of it. Most seahorses do best in moderate water flow, and this helps them to find their food. And most are not strong swimmers, and they do well with dead sea fans, branches, and macroalgae. These provide resting places for your seahorses to perch. Seahorses do fine with soft and LPS corals, as long as they don't have strong stinging nematocysts. Live sea fans are beautiful, but use many other places for the seahorse to rest. Overperched sea fans can cause tissue die-off. Companions for your seahorses are leaf scorpionfish, pipefish, small starfish, including the asterina and microbrittle stars. And you can even have tridacnid clams and hermit crabs with these seahorses. The Hippocampus zosters, or dwarf seahorse, are one of my favorite ponies, and they grow to about 1 inch or so, and a pair can be kept in as small as a 2-gallon nanotank with good filtration. They can be kept around 68 degrees, and they prefer live food, but may be weaned onto frozen food. Newly hatched brine shrimp are a staple, but moyena and copepods are eaten as well. They can be fed 2 to 3 times a day, but don't overfeed. This can raise your nitrates and phosphates in the nanotank. Dwarf seahorses usually breed on their own and can be kept with their parents. The baby seahorses will eat newly hatched brine shrimp, and dwarf seahorses are sensitive to hydroid infestations. Hydroids are closely related to jellyfish. Larger seahorses seem to handle them better. Their stinging nematocysts may affect the dwarf seahorses and can end in high mortality rates with baby seahorses. Hydroids are usually introduced with live rock. They have free-swimming jellyfish stage that settle on the rocks, and these can look like small anemones. Some grow solitary, and others are colonial and resemble a spider web. So use caution when introducing new rock, corals, and macroalgae. Overall, seahorses are wonderful companions for small tanks. They generally max out at only 1 inch, and they have interesting personalities. Thanks guys. Please subscribe to Jimmies, Flora, and Fauna. Hey guys, this is Jimmy from Jimmies, Flora, and Fauna, and check out my book, Nano Reef Bonsai Style Handbook. It's a DIY book, and it's all about marine life, and this is what we're discussing with the seahorses and everything else that I teach you. I'm actually reading it from my book, and I'm narrating it in my YouTube videos. So please subscribe to my channel and buy my book. You can buy it on Amazon Prime and Barnes & Noble online. You can buy soft copy or ebooks. Thanks guys.